You know that feeling, right? You pop into the supermarket for just a couple of things, maybe milk and bread, but then you walk out with a receipt that's practically a novel. Well, guess what? That's not an accident. Your weekly shop is actually a psychological game, and you might be losing without even realizing it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you how to win. I mean, is there anyone who would say no to this? We've all been there. You walk in with a solid plan, a budget, a list, and somehow it all just disappears. It's this super common experience, and that's because it is completely by design. So let's start right at the beginning. The second you walk through those automatic doors, the game is on. You think you're just in a store to buy food, but you've actually stepped into a very, very carefully engineered environment. And this is the main thing to get your head around. Absolutely nothing in a supermarket is there by chance. The layout, the music, the lights, where they put the cereal on the shelf, it is all part of a huge, sophisticated strategy to get you to behave a certain way and, you guessed it, spend more money. Okay, so the first traps they set for you are all about hitting your senses. Before you even grab a cart, the store is already working on you, trying to lower your defenses. Just think about it. What's the first thing you notice? It's that incredible warm smell of bread from the bakery, which, by the way, is almost always right by the entrance. And at the same time, you'll hear this slow, calm, relaxing music playing in the background. It's such a simple trick, but wow, is it effective. That bakery smell triggers happy feelings and makes you a little hungry. And the slow music? It actually makes you slow down your walking speed without you even noticing. And the longer you're in the store, well, the more you're going to buy. It's a proven fact. Right, so you're feeling relaxed, you're strolling slowly, and you've made it past the entrance. Now we get into the really sneaky stuff, the tactics that are hidden in plain sight, all up and down the aisles. Ah, this one is a classic. You know how most supermarkets make you walk through the fruit and vegetable section first? There's a reason for that. It's something called the health halo effect. You start by filling your cart with all this healthy, colorful produce, and you feel great about yourself. You feel so virtuous. And that feeling gives your brain permission to reward yourself later with chips, cookies, or a tub of ice cream. And while you're in that produce section, you'll see those little plastic tubs of pre-cut fruit. They look so easy, so convenient, but what you're really paying is a massive convenience tax. We're talking 2 to 3 times more expensive than the whole fruit right next to it. And the crazy part, it's gonna go bad way faster. You are literally paying more for less. And what about that mist that sprays all over the vegetables? You know, the one that makes everything look dewy and fresh from the farm? Well, it's a total illusion. That water adds weight, which means you pay more when they weigh it at the till. Plus, all that moisture can actually make bacteria grow faster, so your veggies spoil quicker. So here's a pro tip for you. Always give your vegetables a good shake to get the water off before you put them in a bag. This is probably one of the oldest tricks in the retail playbook. The products that make the store the most money, usually the big, famous brands, are placed right at eye level. It's prime real estate on the shelf. The cheaper options, like the store's own brand, yeah, you're gonna have to look up high or bend way down low to find those. They are banking on us being too lazy to look. 40%. Just look at that number, 40%. What on earth could increase your spending by that much without you even noticing? It's your shopping cart, or trolley, as some of us say. Have you noticed how they seem to have gotten bigger and bigger over the years? It's not in your head. Studies have proven that when you use a giant cart, the first few items you put in look tiny and pathetic, so your brain gets this subconscious urge to fill up all that empty space, which can lead you to spend up to 40% more. Okay, so you've made it through the aisles, your cart is pretty full, and you think you're in the clear. But nope, the supermarket has one last, really powerful trap waiting for you right at the checkout. The secret weapon here is something called decision fatigue. Think about it. During your shop, you've made hundreds of tiny decisions. Which apples? Which coffee? Which brand of soap? On and on and on. By the time you get to the checkout line, your brain is just plain tired. And when your brain is tired, your willpower is basically at zero. And that's when they get you. They line that entire checkout lane with all the stuff that gives you a quick hit. Candy bars, magazines, sodas, little tubs of ice cream. Your exhausted brain sees an easy, sugary reward and just goes, go on then. It's a totally calculated move designed to cash in on your mental exhaustion. All right, so we've laid out all the traps. It sounds a bit grim, but don't worry. Now we get to the good part, how you fight back.
It's time to create your own battle plan so you can take back control.
Here it is, your simple 4-step plan to win the supermarket game. First, and this is non-negotiable, make a list and stick to it, no exceptions. Second, hunt down the smallest cart you can find. A smaller cart means less temptation to fill it. Third, put your headphones on. Listen to your own upbeat, fast-paced music to override their slow, calming tunes. And finally, the golden rule of shopping. Never, ever, ever go to the supermarket when you're hungry. Now, here's one last little mind bender for you. You might think, okay, I'll be smart and just use a handbasket. But get this, there's a trap there too. As your arm starts to ache from carrying the basket, your brain starts looking for a little reward to make up for the effort. And what's the easiest reward in a supermarket? Yep, junk food. It's wild, right?
So what does this all boil down to? It's simple, really. Knowing is half the battle. Awareness is your superpower. Now that you know all the tricks and the psychology they're using, you can spot them a mile away. The power is back in your hands. So the next time you walk through those doors, you'll know exactly what's happening. You'll be the one in control.